Hey everyone, my name is Adam, and on this channel we talk about starting businesses and business advice. We have a repeat on Jason. His last video was about franchising, and I'll put the link to that video in the description. He taught us all about franchising. How you doing today, Jason?
I'm doing good, man. Thanks for having me on again.
Yeah, thank you. All right, so last time you were on, you mentioned a franchise that you're a member of. It's like a niche hair salon kind of thing. Why don't you go into what that is?
Yeah, so that's my second brand. Like I said, the first one is that career ownership coaching and helping people find franchises with the Entrepreneur Source, and that actually gave me kind of an inside look on franchising, and I was kind of looking for businesses that are a little bit more absentee because I wanted to focus on my one-on-one consulting with folks trying to get into their own businesses. So we found a brand called Sharkey's Cuts for Kids. And I was actually blown away. It seems like, I don't even have kids. I don't even have hair. Everybody's like, what the heck are you doing in this business? Right. And well, during my research, I found, and actually talking to Scott Sharkey and, the founders of that company and stuff like that, most of their owners are only spending about 4 or 5 hours a week on those businesses because what am I going to do in there? I don't cut hair. I could be behind the cash register, I guess, but for the most part, I'm going to be in the way of hairstylists doing their thing. So I found Sharky's and actually partnered up with one of my buddies who's still active duty in the Army, and we kind of split the duties on that business and have been managing it and growing it. But what really got me into it is I'm kind of a gamer on my part time. Whenever I'm off, I got PlayStation 5 and stuff like that. Playing Assassin's Creed or whatever. Part of Sharky's is video games, so like my far wall is covered, like completely lined up with Xbox Ones. Okay. And kids, and I do like Fortnite competitions there. I bring kids in from the schools around the area, and they get to play games while they're getting their hair cut. And on the other side of the salon is for the little kids. So I have, like a Spider-Man chair, like it's a Spider-Man car, a Batman car, a fire truck, a police car, a Barbie Jeep for the girls. I even have a little glamour station for the little girls that want to color their hair, get their nails done and stuff like that. So it was just kind of a fun business. And I really liked that idea. Justin, my business partner, really liked that idea. And, it was just kind of history from there. And another part of it, though, is it's not a supercuts. Supercuts, you go in there, it's really, you got your blinders on, you go take your ticket, get your haircut, and you get out. That's great for guys like us, hey, do you have like a -1 for our hair, right? Yeah, can you just touch me up real quick? But when it comes to parents and their kids, I don't know if you have kids, but if you've ever done like your first haircut for your kid, it's a challenge. And it's a challenge to find barbers and stylists that would even agree to cut a kid's hair. Because I remember when I was a kid, when I actually did have hair, the barber would palm my head. Okay, put it in view. He'd palm my head, and he would do this number with the clippers. It was right. Traumatic, right? It's traumatic for a lot of kids. So our stylists, they love kids. Some of them even sing Disney songs to them while they're cutting their hair and stuff like that. They really put on a big production. I have a big screen TV in the lobby for the parents. Usually has ESPN on or something like that. All the rest of the TVs on the wall, I think I have about 13 TVs in there. And they all have Disney Plus going and cartoons and fun stuff.
Right. All right. So that's the idea of the business. What everyone's coming here for is how to run it, basically. So once it's all set up and whatever, logistics, like what do you need? You need someone at the front desk. Is it like a normal salon? Do you rent out the spaces? Just get into how it runs.
Okay. So it's a little bit different because traditionally renting spaces, that can, take a little bit of financial burden off of the owner and things like that, but stylists come and go really quickly. So we actually pay a little bit more than most of the other salons do. Our starting wage for a hairstylist is about $18 an hour. In our local area, it's usually about 14 with everybody else. Okay. Plus, we do a lot of incentives. We give them opportunities to make more money. We do birthday parties and stuff like that, and they get compensated very well to be a part of those birthday parties. And they do nails, they'll do different haircuts, and extensions for the girls and stuff like that. So they have an opportunity to really grow and make money themselves instead of just having an hourly job. And
Right.
it kind of helps them grow as hairstylists as well, because we constantly offer additional training and things like that so that they could actually grow in their craft as well. Not a lot of salons do that. And that's kind of where we want to be in the people business, instead of just that churning out haircuts, churning out hairstylists kind of a thing that you see in a lot of those other franchised businesses. I think the only one that might be kind of comparable to us would be Sports Clips. They do a lot of really cool things with their employees as well. But Sharky's is just fun. It's a lot of fun. We do have to find people that do have some patience because we're dealing with children, you're dealing with parents. So that's where the extra income kind of comes in a little bit too. We always have somebody at the front desk that doesn't cut hair. We want them to be able to manage the transactions. We also sell toys and hair products and things like that too. So you don't want that hairstylist leaving their chair to go and try to sell a product or check somebody out. So we always have somebody up front. That's kind of like the high level, but logistically, as an owner, you're really looking at growing the business and developing the business rather than working in the business. So my job really as an owner is to drive people to their chairs, make sure people know about us. So the marketing and business development, understanding the technology. We use a point of sale system called Salon Ultimate, which, it can be pretty complicated if you've never seen it before. So that's kind of teaching them how to use that point of sale system a little bit, because you got email marketing through it, SMS text messaging marketing, and then you're doing sales through it and they're clocking in through it. So it can be kind of a lot. So training them up on that kind of stuff as well. And then, making sure your inventory is in there, and you got to train your manager how to do that stuff and really be a leader in there with that expectation management, but also, have that empathy for them as well.
Right. Now, is there someone like in the back office, like running the show, or is that where you come in and your partner come in 5 hours a week?
Yeah, that's us. And we all do it virtually. Because I'm in Albuquerque, my salons are in, New Jersey, Rhode Island. He's in Washington, DC. He's probably the closer one to it, but I've actually only been there a few times, and that was by design. Because it is a absentee business. That is the model. Right.
That's awesome. Absentee business. Mm-hmm. What is the primary sources of revenue? You already mentioned, obviously, there's haircuts and then they're selling things. Whereas in like normal salon, it's like rent and selling things.
Right.
How are people making the revenue in this if it's not apparent?
It's haircuts, and our haircuts are probably a little bit more pricey than others. $28 for boys, $32 for girls, because we do have extended time slots for those as well, because it takes a little bit of time to do a little girl's hair. You want 30-40 minutes for that, and for the boys 20-25 minutes, because they're wiggling around, they're a moving target. So we make our money primarily through those haircuts, $400 or $500 a month, and then we'll do our 400 or 500 haircuts a month, not dollars, and then we'll supplement through the products, and that's really all that is. It's a supplement to that. So it's primarily income is coming from haircuts and then birthday parties. We'll get
in a second. Are those products part of the the franchise says these are products you sell?
Yep, branded Sharkey's hair care products, Jack styling gel and all these kind of things, and some of them are scented and stuff like that. And the toys, I use different vendors that are locally, so I can support some of the local businesses and stuff too. So I'll put in some Hot Wheels, I'll put in some Fortnite toys and video game toys and stuff like that for the boys, and for the girls, we'll have miscellaneous products too.
Cool. All right, so birthday parties, the haircut birthday party.
So not a lot of haircuttings happening. Usually, so for boys, they're coming in there and they're doing LAN parties. Those still exist to a point. So they're doing those parties with the video games and stuff like that. We'll have competitions and everything, and then we'll bring in pizza. We'll bring in drinks for them. Somebody has a shark suit, so somebody will wear the shark suit. They hate the shark suit, but somebody will wear it, and they'll have a good time. Sometimes I'll get Spider-Man to come in, or Captain America or something like that, all dressed up for somebody's birthday party. And that's part of the expense, So to do a party, you have to have a minimum of about 8 or 9 people. and it's going to be it'll run you about $600 or $700 to do that, because we're going to go all out. We're going to give you food, we're going to give you drinks, we're going to give you the space, the video games, the comic book characters, and all that fun stuff. Right. We usually do like a gift basket for them and everything too.
I'm going to imagine you're not doing normal haircuts at that same time, right? Is it just closed down for the party?
We'll close it down for the party. We'll do it after hours.
After hours, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So it's not eating into normal haircut time.
Either early before we open, we'll just open late, or we'll do it after hours.
Okay, cool. I had a question, but I just got one last question.
Sure.
And then we'll end this one as well. All right. So if someone wants to get into this, it's a franchise. How do they go about this?
I could actually help them. I do some development for them as well. So they can talk to me about that. You search for it online. Just word of caution, the beauty industry is not for everybody. You do work with some certain personalities. They're artists, those hairstylists, they have that artistic personality. So if you don't have that strong, human resources or leadership kind of quality, you may struggle with it a little bit. So do some really good research and actually visit some of these places before making that kind of a decision. And if you're coming from a background of salon and hairstylist, that's great. Be aware you're not the person that's going to be cutting the hair though. Right. So just get around that, get out of your own way, and put that business owner, that business management hat on instead of your technician stylist hat.
Right. You're the business owner. You're no longer a stylist. Yeah. You got a business to run. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I do have one last question.
Sure.
You had mentioned marketing. How do you market this type of business?
So we do a lot of AdWords, Google AdWords, Facebook, Instagram, posts, paid ads and boosted posts and things like that. A lot of the local marketing is really important too. So we'll work with, daycares and elementary schools and stuff like that. Sometimes we'll show up to their rallies or something. Somebody will have the shark suit on and cheer kids on and everything. Another thing that we're starting to experiment with which is kind of a little outside the box, is YouTube ads. Short little 30-second commercials that you can also put onto TikTok and things like that. Those are actually probably going to do a little bit better than the Facebook, Instagram ads, because I don't know how up to speed you are with like Meta and all the changes that are going on at Facebook. It seems that a lot of the conversion on those types of advertising ads, they're not as great as they used to be. So we're trying to kind of stick with a little bit more with SEO, Google-based platforms like YouTube and stuff like that, and doing a little bit more of that, that guerrilla marketing. So that boots on the ground marketing, doorknob hangers, flyers, and Starbucks and stuff like that.
Now, how do you accomplish all this when you're not there?
So you could do all that digital marketing from right here from my desk. Right. I actually use a marketing team called Almost Magical Marketing. They're pretty cool. They got a little pink llama as a mascot. But I also, I'll do all the print marketing. I'll have it all sent to the store, and I'll just have my manager do it on her way home, and she's happy to do it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that just seemed like a little logistical hurdle. But
it is to an extent, but when you have a good team that's, they know that's going to be part of their responsibilities from the beginning, it's a little bit easier.
Right. All right, everyone, thanks for watching. If you're interested in this franchise, or actually any franchise, you can get a hold of Jason at jmadden@eastsourcecoach.com. The link's in the description. And in a previous video, him and I talk all about franchising. Thank you very much for being on today, Jason.
Thanks, Adam. Appreciate you.
All right. Yep. Have a good one.